Lennox is Donald Basher with a couple of golds tonight here at the Pride of Iowa Conference Championships. Donald, thoughts on tonight?
What's that? Talk about it?
Thoughts on tonight?
I think I ran pretty good. Shuttle, hurdle, I had a pretty bad start. I was nervous since DQing at Drake. I was nervous on my start. And we still won. Got the record here for the POI meet, for the shuttle, and then came back with my open one, bounced back. It's pretty good.
You mentioned, with the shuttle, I know Saturday didn't go the way you guys wanted to redeem yourself a little bit. How does that feel?
Feels pretty good. And it was fun running with Gabe in the open too. We were side by side the whole time and took first and second. That felt really good.
Yeah, so, tight race with him in the 200. You were pretty impressive in the 100. Take us through that race and what you did well.
My block start, I changed up my block start a little different. Put more of like a power leg into it and carried it. I got out first and stayed in first the whole way down.
Do you feel the block start changed? Do you feel that helped you tonight?
Yeah, I'm usually like in dead last when I come out of my blocks and I catch up, but tonight I was ahead the whole time.
What do you take away from this meet as we get ready for the final couple weeks of the season?
Keep working on my blocks and hopefully changes a lot of my races for me.
Awesome. Well, hey, Donald, best of luck going forward.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
3 gold night for Lennox is Gabe Funk. Gabe, always good to come out and fare well at the conference meet. Thoughts and takeaways from tonight?
It's been kind of fun to run some different events, run the Open 2. I haven't done that much this season, but when it comes to your conference meet, you try to mix things around, try to get points where you can take them.
110, you were just kind of in a rhythm, didn't really have much of a challenge. Take us through that race and how you felt.
I tried to get a good start to the first 3 hurdles because I feel like that's kind of been a struggle this year. And JJ's my teammate, was next best guy, and we kind of just coasted through it and went 1-2.
Shuttle hurdle, another impressive performance, so that's nothing new. I'd imagine after false starting Saturday, that's got to feel pretty good.
Yeah, it feels good to get back in the flow of things where we didn't run 100%. We had a few mishaps there, but came out, got a win, got back in the flow of things.
You mentioned, the 200 is not something you've done much of this year. You do it tonight, and you edge your teammate, Donald. Thoughts on that race?
It's fun, running side by side with your teammate. You don't get to do that very often, and he was talking to me during the middle of the race, and it was just fun to run new events and see how I can do in those other events.
I know maybe the 400 hurdle is not quite the performance you would like, but what can you learn from that?
I got to prepare better. I came right off that too. I was kind of gassed, but I think that really tested me and got me a little bit better shape there.
In general, what can you take away from tonight, and how can you build off of it?
I think you got to get in better shape, and I got to want it more in the 400 lows.
Well, Gabe, awesome job tonight.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
How about a 3 gold night for Martinsdale St. Mary's? Christian Choate, 4 gold night for him, as he reminds me. 3 individuals and then a relay. Christian, heck of a showing. How you feeling?
I'm feeling amazing. This turned out just how we expected, or not trying to be cocky. We've been training for this for a very long time, and good way to show out.
Yeah, you want to be running your best at this time of year. Let's talk about the relay distance med, right?
4x8.
4x8. Tell me about that race and what one of the success you guys were able to have.
I was fresh off the 2 mile, and we're looking to put together a really good team off this. We ran it really good. Everyone PR'd roughly, besides me, I think, in that. And this really shows where we'll be at for districts, I think. I'm hoping we're a little further ahead than this, though.
It's hard to imagine the difficulty of going from the 3200 to a 4x8. That's why you don't see many people do it.
Yeah.
How tough was that?
Honestly, I enjoyed it. The 32 was it was a solid tempo level effort, I would say. But it's getting the leg turnover in that 4x8 was a little hard, trying to pick it up, but still ran it pretty well, I think.
How about the 800 and 1600 tonight for you?
The 800, I'm really happy how I raced that. It was a 103-101 negative split, and I wasn't looking to lead it and run it that way, but it worked out really good, and my legs felt under me coming through that last 200 meters. And with the mile, I also did not want to take it out, but it worked out the way we ran it, and I think I ran it to the best of my abilities.
Any one of those particular 4 that you leave here tonight going, okay, that's the one I'm a little more proud of?
The Open 8 for sure. That I've been nervous about that dude. It's his home turf. He ran an amazing race. he'll be back here next year. Hoping to see what Trujillo can put down, but I was happy about my performance in that.
And kind of with that race, you know, like 1632, you can pace yourself, right, and kind of map it out. The 800, it's a sprint, but not a sprint. How tough is that?
It's hard to really choose or find the effort where you're comfortable. Comfortably uncomfortable is the best way to say it in my thing, and it's really just not giving anyone an inch in that race. If you give them an inch, they're gone. And I've been practicing that mentally all year, and it's been working out.
We're a week and a half from state qualifying and like 2.5 weeks away from state. To put together a performance like this as we get closer to that, how does that feel?
It feels amazing. I feel prepared going into this district meet, and I want to qualify for state for the first time. Maybe a couple events.
Awesome. Well, hey, Christian, best of luck. Go for. Good job tonight.
Thank you.
Southwest Valley's Gavin Wetzel, the high jump champion here today. Gavin, you know, PR of 6'2", you'll always take that, and you're a conference champion. How does that sound? How do you feel?
It feels pretty good going into districts next week. I'd like to get up there.
Yeah, to be performing your best in this event as we get into the most important part of the season. How big is that, and what does that say about the work you've put in throughout the year to make it happen?
Yeah, it feels good. Me and Walker worked pretty hard out there. High jump, Coach Kiners helped us out a lot. And it feels good to go get that height.
You'd been, I think, 6'1" at different times this year. You go 6'2" today. Tell me about being able to clear 6'2".
Yeah, actually a 2-inch PR, so it feels really good to go get that right here at conference and win it.
What went into that? Why do you feel you were able to get that extra 2 inches today?
We've just been working really hard, had a good approach today. Coach Kiner's really been helping with that approach, so it feels good.
What do you feel for you, jump in and jump out, are the things that you have to do to have success in the high jump?
Yeah, got to have a good approach, got to have good over the bar hold, and then ultimately clear bars.
Looking ahead, you know, we're like 8 days away from state qualifying. What's it going to take for you to have success there?
Gonna have to have another good day. Same thing, but hopefully go get one more bar.
Well, hey, Gavin, awesome job.
Thank you.
Well, another productive night at the office for Mount Airs Rice Reynolds, and he's able to help his team win a conference title on their home turf. Rice, I'd imagine tonight's got to feel pretty good.
Yes, absolutely. I knew coming in 4-4s was going to be a tough night for me, but, you know, all of my team kind of rallied up, had my back. They were putting in 100% effort the whole night, so I knew I had to do the exact same and carry my weight. So,
in terms of times, I don't know. I haven't seen the numbers, but don't know if they were like your best time set. But you looked really comfortable. Did you feel comfortable?
I did. My main goal, kind of knowing that I had 4-4s, I didn't want to go out and burn myself, you know, early on in the meet. And that doesn't mean I didn't go out and try hard. My priority was to go out and run smooth. Most of all, just don't grit and kind of burn up that energy that you don't necessarily need to. And so I did. I felt pretty comfortable the whole night and just really kind of working on the minor stuff. So I just was really wanting to go out and run smooth, like I said. So.
And in the 400 hurdles, you definitely did that. Talk about that race.
Yeah, you know, there are only so many races left before I have to go back to Drake for state and all of that stuff. So just coming out tonight, I already had 2 4s under my belt, and I knew it was going to be a tough race. And Gabe, you know, of course, is in that race. He's an amazing player, amazing athlete, amazing person, like I've said before. And so, you know, I was glad that we were able to go out and push each other. I just knew that I had to go out and run smooth, and you know, whatever the time was going to be whatever it was. And so I was just proud that I felt good pretty over all the hurdles. I only stumbled just a few times, which is just some minor things that I need to clean up here in the next 2 weeks. So,
Coach Elliott talked about how he feels like you're maybe at your best right now. Do you feel that way?
I do. Coming off of influenza B at the beginning of the season, I was a little discouraged, and you know, it took a while to kind of bounce back. But I do feel like I'm, you know, pretty much back. My endurance is back. My recovery is getting quicker, and so it's just really thrilling, and I'm just really excited to kind of be feeling that at this point in the season with some big meets and big things coming up ahead. So.
Rice, awesome job tonight. Best of luck.
Thank you so much.
Perfect. All right, Coach. Well, every point mattered tonight, and you guys had just enough. Thoughts and takeaways?
Just a great night for us to come out and compete. You know, at home, it brings a little extra effect to everything. We were able to have kids step up in big positions because, you know, we had a few key injuries hit earlier in the season. So kids stepped in and filled those positions for us tonight and did an outstanding job.
You know, probably most meets you can pencil Rice in for a good 36, 40, and he goes out and gets it, and he did that tonight. Thoughts on his performance?
You know, I think it's one of those things where we're really seeing him kind of come into his own. Drake was a big weekend for him with the 8 and the 2 400 races and the 400 hurdles. So to see him come out tonight and attack 400-meter races like that at meet record capabilities on all of them is just it's one of those just rare things you sometimes get to see with a kid. Unfortunately, he's wearing a Raider jersey, but it's been outstanding to see what he's been able to do, not only this season but tonight especially.
Took other guys around him though as well. What'd you like from the rest of the lineup?
Just how everybody stepped up, and so we ran some relay combinations that this was the first time we've had to run those guys in some of these events. So you know, we spread out our relays and ran some guys, you know, and concentrated on individuals when we could. So some young guys really stepped up and took over. And just seeing how our athletes were able to put us in position to be successful at the end of the day, that was the only thing we asked for them, was just be in position to give ourselves a shot to take home those medals.
The start of the year, you know, with this group, aside from Rice, there were probably a lot of unknowns given this was kind of a young group. Talk about the progress they made throughout the year up to tonight.
Well, just our seniors have really stepped up. You know, in the throws, Colton Dredge has really come along. And this is a tough throwing field with what the Pride of Iowa's got and those guys. So in the field events, we came away with some great stuff there. Dalton Barnes stepped in the shot put. This is only the third time he's thrown and got some points for us out of there. And then you look at what Preston Fleeharty's been able to do as a senior in the sprint races, and this year he really opened himself up to doing the quarter mile. So we've just gained a lot of versatility out of people that, you know, they wanted to see that success that we had last year continue. And we had to fill some roles to do that and accomplish it.
I remember, you know, last year, one, it was really cold, and two, you guys won it kind of comfortably. This year, nice weather, but had to sweat it out a little bit. How were you feeling down the final couple races?
Well, you know, Nardini and Peterson have put together a really awesome team over there at Lennox. We've followed them since those kids were in middle school, and they're very talented. So we knew we were going to have to play from the best hand we could possibly deal tonight, and it just worked in our favor as the chips stacked up towards the end of the night. It was a tight race, and unfortunately we were able to have good things go our way and give us that extra edge there in the end. But it was not easy by any means, and it never is with talent like that we have in our other competing teams. So
Congrats, Coach.
thank you, appreciate it.